everybody. Pastor Tom here. So many times in life we forget or don't understand the goodness of God. To understand God and His intentions for us as believers, we have to look into the life and the teachings of Jesus. See, Jesus was the firstborn of many sons and daughters. He modeled a life that we as children of God can and are destined to live. The love the Father had for Jesus is the example of the love He has for us. So I want to take an instance in the early life of Jesus and just highlight it for a second. I think it'll really encourage you. So Jesus is about 2 years old. The wise men show up from the east to honor him as the new king of the Jews. You see, hundreds of years before, the prophet Daniel was the leader of the Magi. He told them to watch out for the birth of the King of Kings who would come after his death. Suddenly, after a few hundred years, a star appeared, signaling the birth of a new king. It was the King of the Jews prophesied by Daniel that they were waiting for. So the Magi, they organized a big caravan of soldiers to protect them and servants to assist them. They were on a journey to the origin of the Star of David. The trek took them about 2 years to get to Jerusalem. Why? They didn't have cars and planes like we do now. They did it all on camels. What showed up to Jerusalem was a spectacle, an army of protectors of the treasure and the Magi themselves. The caravan was big enough that all of Jerusalem was in an uproar. Next, King Herod finds out about it. He calls him in and tells him to go find the Messiah and come back so he could worship him too. The problem was he didn't want to worship him, but he wanted to kill him so he could remain the king. If you've been to Sunday school, you know the rest. The Magi find Jesus, give him the treasure, then warned by God in a dream, they decide not to return to Herod. When Herod finds out about that he is duped, he is super mad. He decides to kill all the male boys around 2 years old to try to kill the future king. The cool part was, it was the treasure that allowed Joseph, Mary, and Jesus to flee into safety, then return, and then to provide for Jesus until his adult days. Why is this a big deal for you? Good question. God knew that Jesus would need the treasure hundreds of years earlier. He sent a prophet to set up provision. Then he compelled a band of pagans to honor his son with it, to protect him and to provide for him. See, God is no respecter of man. What he did for Jesus, he wants to do for you. He loves you. He called you, and he sent Jesus to die for you. Why? You have a destiny and a call upon your life just like Jesus. You don't need to worry about your future. God has it covered. All you need to do is seek him and know the voice of his Holy Spirit. If you stay focused on being obedient to his Spirit, you will never have to worry about your provision for tomorrow. Matthew 6:33 says to seek first God's kingdom and to live in his righteousness, and he will take care of all of your natural needs. What an awesome promise from our incredible Father. So stop worrying about tomorrow. Advance the kingdom today, and God will provide everything you need for life and for godliness. I want to pray for you right now. Lord, thank you for your love. Thank you for each person's destiny in you and the provision you have for them. Let them know your voice and better than any other voice in their life. Give them the boldness of Jesus to demonstrate your power. Through them, prove your will on this earth as it is in heaven. Hey guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Something for the 167.